Hi Floss Tube friends, it's Lisa here at Shady Tree Stitches. Thanks for joining me for another Floss Tube, and this is where I talk about my cross stitch progress that I have completed in the last fortnight. Today is currently the 20th of November 2022. So thank you for taking the time to join me. If you're new, welcome. Hope you like what you see. If you do, please click subscribe. So I'm trying to get to that magical 1,000 number. And if you are a returning person, I really appreciate you. Feel free to comment away, like, share, whatever you want to do. But mostly sit back, stitch and enjoy. I'm going to get straight on as I do to what I have been stitching. It's been 2 weeks exactly since I filmed, and I think this is going to be my new routine. Now that I'm trying to do a bit more focus stitching, as I've said, I'm trying to do more stitches on each piece before I rotate. Still following all the prompts in the groups and things that I like to do, but I'm trying to get more focus stitching done. Since I saw you last, I have done 6,667 stitches. Do have a few more planned for tonight, but that's not too bad. So that's about 3,300 a week. Didn't break down like that. 2 weeks ago was absolutely hell. This week I've managed to pick up a bit. So yeah, life is crazy at the moment. We've got 3 weeks left of school, and then I'll be on summer holidays here in Australia, which won't necessarily mean lots of stitching time, but it might, just juggling between the kids and what needs to be done. All right, so in no particular order other than they're sitting here is my stitching. I am proud to say that I am nearly up to date with my whip go, and it's only the 20th of the month. I have got 5 that are ready for December, and I only have to work on 2 more in November, so I'm not behind anymore. I'm right where I need to be, and that makes me so happy. So I worked on the piece which was Savannah's Curtsy by Nora Corbett, and this piece I am doing on a piece of Colour Cascades fabric called Oasis. So that's how she's looking, and I will be inserting the pictures, and hopefully I'm getting the right side to insert the picture of where she was. And again, as I say, this piece I always thought was blue, but it's very brown. So that's where Savannah's Curtsy has gotten up to for the end of her whip go goal, so that she can go back into the pile ready for the next one. Gingerbread House, Gingerbread Village by Doreen Jones. I'm stitching on a piece of Misty by Paddock Lane Designs, and this is where it's got up to. So you can see I've got quite a extra bit done. I have changed the colour. This was meant to be a pale green. I've made it a bright blue because I want to have a bit more contrast with the green. So we've got this whole gingerbread man done, and this house here. So I will put that there, and I'm loving this one, nice and easy to do. So looking forward to stitching more on that as the next year progresses. I also did catch up on my Stioch. The Stioch is a SAL, sorry, just losing everything. Stioch is a SAL that's being run as a group activity online. This is the Stioch long number 8, and I've got about 100 stitches left to go to be up to date with this, but this is where it is, and it now says if at first you don't, and it's going to say succeed. So that's the first bit. I actually quite like the pattern. I like the floral. I like the, the fact that it's very traditional. I know that they're going to make it not traditional with the choices at the end, but that's okay. So I'm really pleased to be up to date with that. And I forgot to say that I did do 1,023 stitches on Savannah's Curtsy. My Stioch, I've done 529 so far. It's just a case of keeping it up. It's not a goal. I have worked on my Nutcracker Village to keep up with the SAL, and I've done another 600 and something stitches there. You can see that the peppermint house has got almost all its peppermints and all its peppermint stuff down here, as well as I finished the garland up the top. So it's 2 of the 3 houses that I've almost done, as well as the main pattern down here. So I'm way behind in this sale. It's not going to get done by Christmas, no chance whatsoever, but I'm enjoying doing it. So I did 1,020 stitches on Spooky Hollow by Tiny Modernist, all down on that bottom level, and I finished up those skeletons there in the whole row. So now we're down to the third row. So there's still a fair way to go with this one, but it's yeah, starting to get there. So much stitching this fortnight. I keep feeling to add to them. I did 1,012 stitches on the Janlin Autumn sampler, and I went over here and started stitching this other area because I've made an area here and I have to frog all that dress. The frame itself is right, so I'm triangulating from that, although I did actually make a colour problem there too, but I think it'll look good. I didn't need to frog it. So that was 1,000. I'll put it there. You can see where I was before and where I ended up. So that's really good. Also, a lot of my full coverages got called, and I've been doing work on full coverages, it seems like all week. So I did work on my Artisy Christmas House 2. My Artisy Christmas House 2 I was working on before, had 616 more stitches, and you can start to see it's the it's like a baby's nursery coming together inside that room. So that's the middle window in the Artisy House Christmas 2. When I do my full coverages, I really enjoy them and I want to keep working on them. So in a way that was a blessing this week, because I had another one to work on, which is my amazing Animal Kingdom bookshelf, which I have gone down another shelf, but I'm working across at the moment, and I worked on all this part up here and a bit of the elephant. So I completed here and then moving my way across, completing, and then colour completing in this area. So I'm really happy with how that's looking. So my amazing Animal Kingdom bookshelf got an extra 3. It's got more than 303 since I last saw you. Anyway, it got over its 1,000 stitches to... No, it hasn't. Sorry, I lie. It's got 100 to go. So I need to do 100 more stitches on that before I pass it over for a bit go. And I'll more about that in my plans. And then there was my Angel, Lion and Lamb, which is now looking like this. And I was filling in a lot of the colours in the tree and the blue all down here. And so I have managed to do 1,016. So I'm easily achieving that goal of 1,011, being half of 2022. So a fair bit of that border done with those nice snowy trees on Angel, Lion and Lamb. I also did some work to catch up my whip go. I had one piece that was behind and needed catching up, which was my Celtic Winter. So that's where she now is, her dress. Still not anything too exciting, but she had to get another, she had another 201 stitches to reach that whip go goal. So that's where she's up to. So she's got more love. She is my oldest whip. And the last one I've worked on, lots and lots and lots of pieces this fortnight, is my Temperature bookshelf by Christie's Corner. And I was working this whole shelf here I did today, which is 641 stitches. Had to decide what colours to do those pumpkins. And you'll notice something very different. I've got pairs, pair, 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 pair. 2 days in a row of the same stitch count every time. Now, for those who haven't noticed, that this is part of my inspiration for my Paddock Lane Designs Mystery Sale for 2023. I've been so much enjoying stitching these books this year that I wanted to do something for next year. So I have designed a craft room sale, which is where you can record your stitch count, or if you don't want to do your stitch count, you can do whatever you want. I've got one friend who's a multi-crafter. She's going to be recording the different crafts she focuses on each day. Another one is getting into health kick. She's going to be doing calories. Another one just doesn't know what she wants to do. She's going to roll a dice with 10 colours, and some others are going to record their time. I enjoy seeing my stitch count, and it really speaks to me quite a lot how the months went. So you can see there's a lot of navy blue. Navy blue is only 100 and something stitches. Red is only 200 stitches. So I had a lot of very bad days this month. Grey is 0. I mean, there's lots of greys up here too. But it's really fascinating to look back at it. So if you're interested in joining me, then check it out on paddyglanedesigns.com or on Paddock Lane Designs Etsy shop. You can get the pattern, still available, and you can still pre-order the fabric and the threads. So I'm aiming to get the threads out as soon as they arrive in my hot little hands, get them sent to Corinne at Grace Note Fabrics in America for the people who've ordered from her. And if you're ordering from me, I'll get them out to you as soon as I get them, which hopefully won't be long. So as I said, that was a mixed amount of stitching. I did a fair bit of dyeing, and this is actually one of the pieces that I dyed for the sal. And you can see that it's a 2-toned fabric, or sort of comes 3-toned. And the idea of this is that you're going to, by the time you sort of close that off, you're going to have the floor and then the wall, and on that you're going to stitch your big craft room cupboard and desk and things. So that's what it looks like on the opalescent fabric that someone wanted. So I'm really happy to be doing that, and I'm going to be doing some more of those dipped type of dyes to get different colours. So if there's a particular colourway you've been interested in seeing, where you've got, like a bottom third in one colour, like say the sand, the yellow for the sand, and then top 2/3 blue for the sky, or give me a comment below and let me know what colours would you like to see dipped. You can do 2 or 3. I'd like to know what you're interested in, because I'm happy to experiment around and try and give you what you need that you can't get anywhere else, especially if you're in Australia. And thank you for all my Paddock Lane customers who are supporting the sale already. I really do appreciate that too. So excited to be working with the Cottage Garden threads. Had my real life stitch up today with the girls, and they've given me an awesome idea for a new series. So I'm going to have to get out the designing brain in the next few weeks and get onto that. Can't wait. Haul. Not much haul. As you know, I'm trying to stitch from stash. I'm trying to not buy much. Only things I'm buying are for designing, getting in threads and things. So I did get my beautiful Stitch in Time red postal pouch that I get every month, and I love it. And it's got 3 different thread colors to do. So we have got, these are the J's in the Weeks Dye Works. Look at those beautiful colors. So they're around the J's in the Weeks Dye Works. We've got around the M's in the Classic Colorworks. Very bright. One of my favorite colors there. And this one just looks like a fantastic sampler set in the Gentle Arts in Peas. So really lovely colours. I mean, I could design with just that packet as is. Oh, luscious. So they're the threads I got. And the only other thing I bought this week is actually, I think I might have mentioned my planner. This came from Kmart, people, and it is exactly what I want. So I thought I'd take a minute to flip through and show you. I am going to have a 2023 planning video coming up soon, a couple of weeks, but this will just get you, thinking about it. I like to have a solid planner. I like this size. It's a sort of A5 size. It has a really lovely Australian floral page on the front. The first thing I liked about it is up the back. It's got the year planner. And it's got the year planner as a big fold out. So I can look at the year at a glance. And that's where I like to put my starts and my finishes. So I want to get that done on the year at a glance at the back. And then you can see it's got all the beautiful tabs. So after a few pages of nothing, it's got the front of each month. It's got this page, which is meant to be for expenses and notes, but I can see that being very useful for writing down monthly prompts and plans. And what I love is the layout. I like to write on this side what I stitch each day. So the name of the whip and how many stitches. And this side has notes for all the weekly prompts, things I need to do. So I think this is a fantastic design for me to do that. And the other thing I really love is at the start of each month, it has the monthly view. And I love the monthly view. And this is like what the Book of Days looks like. So, you know, some people like to put stickers on different things. I like to keep track of my stitch counts. But I'm also thinking about doing a bit of a which whip do I work on when, which sort of throws me through to plans. And I've been talking about them, but I think I'm settled now. And as I said, there will be a whole video on my plans for 2023. But I am enjoying focus stitching. I'm enjoying having a variety, and I have almost achieved my goal for this year, which was to work on every whip that I declared for 1,011 stitches. So I've only got 7 more to go, which is quite doable, going to get my way through that. I had a goal to finish all the black in a stitch in time. This one, it's a huge one. And if you recall, last time you saw it, which was a while ago, I've only got this much to go on the 3rd shelf and then the 4th shelf. So it's actually up the wrong way, but that's okay. So I still have a goal to finish the black by the end of this year. So I need to do a lot more on that one. I need to pull it out and work on the black and get it done. So I've made a deal with Knitting Out Stitches. She's got a piece she wants to finish. So we're going to try and work on that together and encourage each other to get that goal done. That means that next year I will be able to use the stitching shelf for the coloured prompts and work my way on, you know, colour completing a section. I'm thinking about maybe doing, I was going to do another bulk colour, but I'm thinking I might just go sort of sectional and do some colours and just move around, because I think there's enough scaffold there with what I've done in the black to be able to get, you know, triangulate my way around, which is really good. So my goal I set myself in June was that by the end of my 50th year, I would like to be down to 50 whips. So where I'm currently tracking with that is I have 12 more from this year to finish. I have got at least 2 starts to do. One is obviously my mystery craft room stitch count cell. So I will be starting that. So that sort of means it'll boost it up to 13. And then I'm also starting with a bunch of my Zoom friends, a Sarah Germani cell. We loved her pieces when we got shown them by Jenny. Thanks, Jenny. And I'm going to be starting one of them. We are starting that on the Saturday that's around the 18th, 20th of December. I don't have a calendar in front of me of the right year for the dates. So we're going to start that cell then Friday night American time, Saturday Australian time, so that people can join us if they want to stitch any of her patterns, get started on that. So that means it puts me up to 15. So I have to finish 15 whips between now and June. And that's very doable. That's not counting any model stitches, that's the ones I already have from other designers. So that's what's going to drive my first however many months it takes. Those 15 pieces that I have identified, and I'll show you in the planning video, are close to a finish. They're the ones that I'm going to be picking from the beginning of the year. As well as that, I really enjoy my full coverages, my BAPs. I really want to work on them more. So I do want to still do whip go one board, focusing on probably 4 to 5 BAPs on it. Maybe 5, because then each one can be on there 5 times. And that means I'll touch it 5 times, or for 5,000 stitches during the year. I'm waiting desperately to find out what Daily 30 are doing for their yearly, because that will help drive my plans with focus pieces. I'm hoping they might stick to having the 3 or 4 pieces that you've got to work on. Those will possibly be half my BAPs and half ones that I need to finish that might have a bit more to do, because when I finish them I can swap them out for something else. So that's my plan. So in the short future, for the next 10 days, we're going to be trying to do the two last pieces, which is Maidens of a Season by Mirabilia, and also the Heirloom Stitching Sampler by Victoria's Sampler. So they're the two I'm going to focus on, get my 1,000 on them. It's going to take quite a while with the Victoria's Sampler one because it's got all the fancy stitches, and then I'm going to work on getting that black done on my stitching shelf. So that's my goal. So that's where I'm headed, people. I hope you're getting yourselves towards the end of the year well, and I'm looking forward to continuing to have a great time stitching. I hope you do like the new format. Please let me know, comment below if you're liking the fact that I can show you a bit more on a fortnight than doing it every week. And then going forward, Laurie and I have decided from 2023 we're going to just do the monthly challenge chat videos. So you're only going to get 3 a month from me instead of 4, unless there's a special like an unboxing or something like that. I may slot in a Paddock Lane Designs video in the middle as more designs and things get released. Then it's good to share that with you in a separate video, I feel. So let me know your thoughts. Are you happy for me to talk about Paddock Lane Designs on here, or would you like it to be separate? Yeah, give me your comments. I have already been planning for next year, and I am going to at least 3 stitching retreats. Yay, so excited. 4, really, if you count my Shady Trees one. Shouldn't forget about my own one. Can't tell you much about one of them at the moment. It's all still in the works, but there's a very exciting retreat getting planned that I'm looking forward to. I'm going to be going to the Daisy Chain retreat. Can't tell you the dates because I'm sworn to secrecy, but I know when they are. And also I'm going to the Mittagong retreat in March as well, so as a vendor as well as a participant. So I'm very excited to have all those retreats. So you'll have retreat specials to look forward to. Feel free to check out Australian Cross Stitch Retreats on Facebook. It's a group that we made up so that let people know where all the retreats are happening in the different places, as well as local stitchy meetups. So if you've got a local stitchy meetup and you're willing to have other people come and join you, jump on that Facebook group and advertise it, and that would be wonderful. And also on that, I'm gonna plug Paddock Lane Designs. I'm willing to go and be a vendor at retreats. So if you would like to have Paddock Lane Designs bring fabric and goodies to a retreat that you're holding, get in contact and we can talk about the options, because I like getting out there and meeting all the lovely stitchers and seeing what it is that you guys want to stitch. Alright, I think that's all for me from now. Another short one as always, but I appreciate you taking the time to join me. Please have fun, great time stitching, be kind to each other, and the month of November is thankful, so be thankful for what you are able to bring to this community, as well as the wonderful people that you can meet. I look forward to catching you next time. Happy stitching, everyone.